Convert the rectangular equation to polar coordinates. Well, just like converting points between polar and rectangular coordinates, I can do the same thing with equations, and I use the same relationships to do it. I'm allowed to use any of these anytime they show up. So I look at this, and I could go on and imagine plugging in x for x and y for y, but I think there's no way to avoid doing the algebra and expanding that second part, so I'm going to go on and do that with it being in x's and y's, hoping that that makes my life easier in a minute. But I guess with no real guarantee of that. All right, and what I notice now is there's a 9 on both sides, so at least that simplifies. I have x squared plus y squared plus 6y is equal to 0. All right, well, already things are a little bit better because I see an x squared plus a y squared, which I know goes to being an r squared. And then 6 times y, well, that's an r sine theta. And very technically, we've satisfied these instructions. We have converted from rectangular equations to polar coordinates. We've converted from rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. My equation is now in r's and thetas. I want to get r by itself. I just think this is going to make this equation easier and nicer to deal with. And what I realize now is there's an r on both sides of the equation, so I can divide that out and have r equals minus 6 sine theta. And that's a nice happy equation of a polar circle.